Hi guys, so for today's circle activity, you're going to need your mitten and your pictures that we used yesterday. And we are also going to use our story because what we're going to do today is to figure out the sequence of the animals from the story. So we're going to figure out who we saw first and then what came next and after that and after that. So let's start off by remembering who we saw first in our story. Do you remember who we saw first in our story? It was a boy who wanted white mittens. Do you remember? His name was Nicky. Nicky is who we saw first in our story, and Nicky wanted white mittens. So let's find Nicky. Get Nicky. Good job getting Nicky, and make sure that you're following along. Let's put Nicky on our mitten. Good job. So remember, Nicky wanted white mittens. He had his baba or his grandma make him white mittens. But one day, Nicky went outside and he dropped his mitten on the ground. And he couldn't find it. And an animal appeared and found the mitten. What was the first animal that found the mitten? Do you remember? Was the first animal the hedgehog, or the mole, or the bear? What animal came first? Was it the mole or the bear? Let's find out. It was the mole. So if you said mole, then you're right. The first animal to go in the mitten was the mole. Can you get the mole? Good job getting the mole. Let's put on the mitten. So the first animal to go in the mitten was the mole. All right, friends. What animal came after the mole? Do you remember? So first there was the mole, then there was it the rabbit or the badger? What came after the mole? Let's see. It was what is that? It's a rabbit. Nice job. The rabbit came after the mole. Can you get the rabbit? Good job getting the rabbit. Let's put it on the mitten. So first there was Nicky. He wanted the white mitten and he lost his mitten. The mole climbed in and then the rabbit joined the mole. Who came after the rabbit? What animal went in the mitten after the rabbit? Was it the owl or the hedgehog? What one came after the rabbit? Let's see. It was look, it was the hedgehog. And remember, he was covered with prickles. So they moved over and let him in. Get hedgehog. Good job getting hedgehog. Let's put on mitten. So there was the mole, then the rabbit, then the hedgehog. What came after the hedgehog? Was it the badger or was it the owl? What came after the hedgehog? Let's see. Who was it, friends? It was the owl. Good job. The owl came after the hedgehog. So get owl. Good job getting the owl. Let's put on mitten. So now we had the mole, then the rabbit, then the hedgehog, then the owl. What came after the owl? Was it the mouse or the badger? What came after the owl? Let's see. It was what is it? It was the badger. You're right. The badger came after the owl. I want you to get the badger. Good job getting badger. Let's put on. Wow, you guys are doing an awesome job. So the badger squeezed in to the mitten. What came after the badger? Do you remember? I'll give you a hint. It was something with really sharp teeth. Let's see. So, who came after the badger? Was it the fox or was it the bear? Who squeezed into the mitten after the badger? Let's see. It was who is it? It's the fox. You're right, the fox with the sharp teeth climbed into the mitten. Get fox. Good job getting fox. Let's put on mitten. Wow, friends, you are doing such a great job. So remember, Nicky lost his white mitten. First, the mole crawled in, then the rabbit, then the hedgehog, then the owl swooped in, then the badger climbed in, then the fox climbed in with his sharp teeth. Who came after the fox? Who climbed in after the fox? Was it the bear or the mouse? Who came next? Let's see. It was the bear. You're right. The bear came next. The bear came after the fox. So let's get bear. Good job getting bear. Let's put him on the mitten. So the bear came after the fox. And look, friends, who was our last friend to get into the mitten? It was the mouse. Look, the mouse climbed onto the bear's nose. The mouse was our last friend to join the mitten. You put all of our friends onto the mitten. Nice work, guys. So let's go over it together. So remember, Nicky wanted white mittens, but he lost one of his mittens. The first animal to crawl in was the mole. Then came the rabbit. Then after the rabbit was you're right, the hedgehog. Then the owl swooped in. Then the badger joined them. Then the fox with the sharp teeth came. And then the big brown bear squeezed in. And last was the mouse that sat on the bear's nose. Good job, friends. You did an awesome job today. So don't forget to also do our Handwriting Without Tears activity for the day. And if you have any questions, make sure to ask. See you guys later.